I'm one of those guys that I guess I've faced a lot of challenges in life, and in those challenges I've seen God be just amazingly faithful. At the age of 5, I started hemorrhaging severely. They didn't think I was going to make it. Immediately they put me into surgery and did major exploratory surgery. And then at the age of 10, my mom and dad were on their way to a meeting, and a drunk driver came across the center line and hit my parents head on, and my father was killed instantly. My mom was severely injured. Then at the age of 39, I was working during the Kosovo crisis, working in refugee camps in Albania, and I returned home, and man, 10 days later, I was actually in a lot better shape than I am now, but I ended up having triple bypass surgery, and the doctor said that it was just a miracle that I didn't die. 6 months ago, I went to it was a Friday afternoon, went to the optometrist, and I thought I needed some new glasses, and so the optometrist said that my optical nerves were swollen, and so immediately I went to St. John's, and they did an MRI and a CAT scan, and the doctor comes in after those tests, and he sits down, and immediately I was like, oh no, this isn't going to be good. And the doctor said, you know, Steve, I'm so sorry, but you have a tumor behind your right eye that's bigger than a tennis ball, and he said, we're going to need to take it out tomorrow. And I had great confidence that God would, really go before me. You know, we really needed that kind of peace at that moment, and God put in our hearts a word, and it's a word I knew before, but it's a Greek word, hupomene, perseverance with joy. They did the surgery. Surgery was supposed to last 3 hours, took 7.5 hours. The tumor was benign, and I just thank God for that. But anytime they mess with your brain, it's really an intense process, and really impacted my balance and my eyes. I was not able to drive for 4 months. I can remember one particular night that was just, wow. Difficult is not a deep enough word to describe what I was facing, just torment. The pain was so overwhelming, I can't even really tell you. I mean, it was more than I could get my arms around. And that night, I opened the Bible I just opened it. And I turned to Psalms 41, and it says this, "Blessed is the one who considers the poor. In the day of trouble, the Lord delivers him. The Lord protects him and keeps him alive. He is called blessed in the land. You do not give him up to the will of his enemies. The Lord sustains him on his sickbed, and in his illness restores him to full health." I couldn't have written a better answer. I mean, I've worked with the poor for years, and that's just the heart God's put in me. And I read that, and it just gave me such a sense that, hey, Steve, you are going to make it, and that God is going to help you get back to health. And my prayer is that as I move ahead, that I will be able to show that goodness to other people. And, you know, one of my big passions is just to see us as followers of Christ show Christ's compassion. And I know this to be true. If we truly have a passion for God, then we must demonstrate it by having compassion for people.